Hey, so I'm Tom Douce. I moved here for Regent College, which I finished a while ago, and so I've been in Artidzo for a couple of years while tutoring and applying to PhD programs.
My name is Willie Shain. I am finishing up at Regent College, and I am also finishing up at Artidzo. So I moved here for Regent a couple years ago. Met my wife at St. John's, Vancouver, and have been here ever since.
Expressing things verbally hasn't always been my thing. I feel like sometimes it can be hard to follow, and it's helpful to be able to boil things down memorably. And so I think I've gotten better at that through Artidzo, having this supportive environment where I'm getting encouragement and constructive criticism and kind of a sense of what did actually go well, what could be better, and just kind of being able to focus on the things that I need to focus on and not be distracted by the other stuff. And then the formation as a pastor bit, you and I were talking a little earlier, and you were saying oh yeah, it's kind of a hard thing to quantify or put your finger on exactly how that works. But it's been really lovely to be with these people who are actually really lovely people and have them as role models. And I've been really grateful for that.
I think Artidzo does a great job preparing us and preparing me as somebody who wants to go into ministry for preaching and for teaching. I think that's been one of the strengths of Artidzo, and having, like you said, different pastors around who've been able to model what that looks like and being able to give one another feedback on our sermons and on our teachings. It's been an incredibly vulnerable place to be as somebody who doesn't like criticism and just wants praise. And so I think Artidzo really seeks to develop a pastor in its fullest capacity. And I think that's been something that, while Regent's great, and it's great for developing that theological backbone you'll need, it doesn't always cover just some of the practical realities of being a pastor, and Artidzo's been a great place to learn those things. For those who are donors and for those who are on the board and for everyone who makes Artidzo possible, the first thing I want to say is just thank you. I mean, it really, the program does make a difference in terms of equipping and helping us take the next step towards leadership in churches. And I think more than ever, one of the things churches in the West need is more pastors and more spiritually equipped people to help lead the churches.
I'm not sure I have much to add to what you said. I do want to say thank you. This has been a really great gift. Like those three things that I mentioned in terms of learning, like growth in communication skills and in confidence as a leader and in this pastoral sensibilities. These are important things, and I'm not sure I would have developed them as well without Artidzo. And I think that it's important for the church to have opportunities like this for formation. So I'm really grateful.
I think the next step is kind of working that direction towards working with the church. And so I'm in conversation, and we'll see where that goes, but hopefully working at a church in a pastoral position.
Unlike you, I haven't generally thought that being something like a lead pastor was probably what I was called to or what I wanted to do. I may be interested in trying to look further into becoming a deacon at some point as a way to use some of those teaching gifts and leadership in the church. But as far as the next big thing that I'm doing, I am going to be starting a PhD program at Wheaton College in clinical psychology. And so like I said, I'm really interested in spiritual health, and I'm also interested in psychological health and how those two things fit together. So yeah, I will probably be rolling out in the summer, probably in July.